Hi guys, this is Jenna Kim. Today we'll be going over lesson 7. So our first topic is missing values, where we'll be finding the missing numbers in a mathematical sequence. So our first problem is blank plus 9 equals 12. So to find this, we're going to have to get the blank alone to find what it equals to. So if we subtract 9 from both sides, so you get a 0. From 9 minus 9, which means it cancels out and you can forget about that. We have 12 minus 9, which equals 3. So what we have is blank equals 3. So put the 3 back into the blank, you have 3 plus 9 equals 12, which you'll find is true. For this question, we have a minus sign in the original equation, but we're not going to do what we did here. Since we have 17 minus blank equals 9, we're trying to find the difference between 9 and 17. To find the difference between numbers, you need to subtract. You can also think of this as blank plus 9 equals 17. So if you do 17 minus 9, you'll find that it equals 8. So this 8 goes into this blank, because 9, 8, and 17 are all in the same, will all be found in the same sentence when you find these kind of numbers. So now we have these number sentences. We're given 5 plus 4 equals blank, and blank plus blank equals blank. So we're going to use these same numbers, these numbers, and put into a similar equation here. So first we need to find what 5 plus 4 equals. If you add or count, you find that 5 plus 4 is 9. So now we have the same signs here, plus, plus, and equals, equals. So you can move the 9 down here. How else can you get 9 using these two numbers? You can switch the order of these numbers and you'll find that 4 plus 5 equals 9 as well. Now we'll do this one. We have to do 13 plus 6, which is 19. So this is the first blank we will be filling out. So because the equal sign are the same and the plus signs are the same, we're going to use these numbers to add up to 19 again. Another way we can add these numbers is what we did in this problem, switching the places of these numbers. 6 plus 13 is the same as 13 plus 6 equals 19. Now we'll do number patterns. We have 5, 10, 15 in the blank, blank, blank. So we have to find the difference between each number and the pattern. So 5 plus what equals 10? Well, you can think of this as 10 minus 5 equals what? That'd be 5. So we know that the gap between these two numbers is 5. Now what about these two numbers? 15 minus 10, it also equals 5. So we know that each number in the pattern will be going up by 5. So this will be a gap of 5, this will have a gap of 5, this will have a gap of 5. 5 plus 5 equals 10, 10 plus 5 equals 15, 15 plus 5, which we'll find here. 15 plus 5 equals 20. So this is the next number in the pattern. Now we'll do 20 plus 5, which is 25. Now we do 25 plus 5, and it is 30. Oops, 0. Carry the 1, and it's 30. So these all move by 5s, these numbers move by 5s. Now let's do this one. Let's find the difference between each number to know what pattern we're going by. So 3 minus 2 equals 1. So the difference between these two numbers is 1. Now if we do 5 minus 3, these two numbers equals 2. So the gap between these two numbers is 2. Now the gap between 5 and 8, we'll subtract, is 3. So the difference between these two numbers is 3, 2, and 1. So while in the earlier problem, the gaps were all the same numbers, here the gaps are moving. We have 1, 2, 3, which means we can assume that the next gap will be 4, 5, and 6. So we can also think of it as 2 plus 1 equals 3, 3 plus 2 equals 5, 5 plus 3 equals 8, which means 8 plus 4 will be the next number. So if we add 8 plus 4, we get 12. Now we'll add 12 and 12 and 5. 2 plus 5 equals 7, carry the 1, we get 17. Now 17 plus 6, 13, carry the 1, now you have 23. 23 minus 6 is 17, 17 minus 5 is 12, and you can move it this way, and it will be the same. We'll do the last, we'll do one last question. Now if you look in this pattern, the numbers are moving down because it's getting smaller. So we'll find the gap between these two. And the gap between these two is subtracting 3. Now 27 and 24. To get to 24 from 27, you're going to have to subtract because it's getting smaller. So we'll find that the gap is subtracting 3 again. So we're going to assume that the numbers are getting smaller. And we're going to subtract 3 each time. So let's subtract 3 from 24. We get 21. Now 21 minus 3 is 18. And then 18 minus 3, 15. Each number gets smaller by 3. Now we'll move on to the next one, which was telling time. So we're given this number on the clock. It's pointing to the 10 and this is pointing to the 12. So to tell time that's given on the clock, we have to find the minutes and the hours. So for the hour values, it's going to be exactly what number is pointing at the clock. So this hour hand, which is the shorter hand, is pointing at the 10. So we know that the hour is going to be 10. And we have the minutes here. So for the minutes, you're going to have this times 5. So this will be 0. We're going to start from 0. We're going to count by 5 for each number. So 1 will be 5. This will be 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So these numbers on the inside are the hours. The numbers on the outside are the minutes. We're going to imagine there are 5 ticks between each number. So we have the minute hand pointing at the 0, which means the minute value will be 0. So there we have it. It's 10 o'clock. We'll do one more. Pointing at the 9, pointing between this. So as you can see, this is the hour hand and this is the minute hand. Because the minute hand is long, the hour hand is short. So we're going to do what we did here, count by 5s to find the minutes. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Again, these numbers are the minutes, and the numbers on the inside are the hours. So we have the minute hand pointing at the 9, which is also the 45. So we know that the minute value is 45. And we have this is pointing between the 6 and the 5. But we know that the minute hand hasn't gone a full circle yet. Once it gets to the 12, it'll be past 6 o'clock. But since it hasn't passed 6 o'clock yet, we're going to know that it's 5:45, not 6:45. Now we'll be drawing the times on the clocks. So we have 1:30 here. We'll do what we did here by doing the minute value by going by 5s. Always start at 12 with a 0, and then that's when we're going to add 5. So we are given 1:30. Like I said, this is the hours. So since the hours is 1, we're going to have the hour hand pointing at the 1. And this is the minutes, which are the numbers on the outside. So we're going to find 30. This is the 30. So we're going to have the minute hand point right here. This is 1:30. We'll do one last one. We have 4 o'clock. So we have the hour hand, which our hand's supposed to be pointing at 4 because the numbers on the inside are the hours. So the shorter hand will be pointing at the 4. The minute hand is 0. Remember, the 12 is a 0. We're always going to start at 0 from here, and then we'll count by 5s or add 5s going on. So it'll be 5, 10, 15, and so on. This is what we did here. Now we have the 0. We know that the minute hand will be pointing at the 12 right here. Oops. This is 4 o'clock. Now we'll move on to multiplication. We have 1 times 10 here. So what this question is basically telling us is that we have one group of 10. So we'll indicate the 10 with dots. This is 10 dots. We have one group of 10 dots. So how many dots do we have in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10. So that's the answer. And what you can assume is anything times 1 will be the number itself. So 10 times 1 will be 10, this number itself. Now let's go on to this number, this question. We have 8 times 3. Like we did here, what this question is telling us is that we have 8 groups of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 3 in each. So we'll draw dots. We have 3 dots in each group of 8. If you count all the dots, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 21, 24. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You can also think of this as adding the number 3 8 times. 3 plus 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 3. You have the number 3 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 3s. If you add all these 3s up, you'll get the same answer, 24 right here. You can also switch it. You can have 3 groups of 8. So 3 groups like this, 3 groups of 8 dots. You'll still get the same answer. Okay. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys are staying safe and well. And bye.